Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Game of Trades and this is going to be a technical analysis of the S&P 500. It's been a while since I haven't made a video on the S&P 500, but to be honest, from the last video that I made, not much has changed, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that into the video. But first, before we get into more detail, I just want to say right from the start that the market is hanging off the edge of a cliff and that some very important events will happen in the next few days. I think we are just a couple of big days away from determining where we're going to be going within the next few weeks, months, even perhaps a year or so. So let's get right into it. You can see the pattern that I've made here. We have a nice little uptrend line. It's not very clean. We've got the low here from that 2018 stock market crash, and we captured this small reaction, and now we're, as I said, hanging off the edge of this trend line. But what is interesting about this pattern is more the way we are climbing all the way to the all-time highs, and that is, if you take a look at the highs that we are making, they are less and less powerful. It does look like we're stalling. You can look at these lines that align the highs, and you can see that they are less and less steep, and this one is pretty much horizontal. So the market is really losing momentum here, and this can mean many things, especially near all-time highs. But that's definitely one thing to take away, that it is losing momentum, and you can see that the MACD is also waning down, and that is one thing that that I love to look at on technical analysis, and that is the MACD that is making lower highs whilst the price continues climbing on higher. That's not a very good sign for the markets, but I'm going to get into that more later on. Let's take a look at what happened the last time we had this kind of MACD divergence, I call it. So we have this high here, while the MACD made a lower high. You can see clearly the MACD was much higher here than here, so you can see that the market was losing momentum, and that led to this huge 2018 stock market crash. Well, it's not really a huge crash, but it is definitely something to consider. And you can see same thing here, that the small wedge, we had prices climb up higher and higher, whilst the MACD was actually starting to wane down, and we had a nice little correction, and that's actually something that we were able to trade on this YouTube channel. We traded this little correction after the MACD divergence. Now we have the exact same thing happening right now. Will it be any different? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for now, I do want to go more into detail within the levels that we're looking at. And this is this 2950 level is an extremely important level, and I think this is what's going to really determine the next few weeks in the market. This was actually an all-time high level right here, right after this huge rally. So we're currently actually back testing this all-time high level. Now in my last video, we had broken past this 2950 level, and I said that I was expecting a backtest of this level, and with that backtest I expect either a bounce to all-time highs or a quick sellout to back to the 2800 level. Now obviously I do favor the sell-off to the 2800 level, especially considering that we have this divergence, the MACD starting to go down. You can see that the blue line is crossing down under the red one. That's actually a sign that, we're really starting to pick up speed towards the downside. So that's what I really favor. And combined with the break of this trend line, I think that would bring in some more sellers and definitely make us move very quickly to this 2800 level. Now, obviously, anything can happen in the markets, and if we just need a few green days again to head on to all-time highs and extend this divergence, and who knows how high it can go. Really, these divergences can go on for a very long time. You can see they've been going on since beginning of 2019, and it's currently October, and we still haven't had a big crash like we want to be able to trade. This is the kind of move in the markets that really can be profitable if you time it correctly. So that's what I wanted to say. Watch out for this level. The 2950 level is an incredibly important level. If we break it, I think that we'll see sell-off to one of my 3 targets. They haven't changed. If you look back to my last videos on the S&P 500, my targets have always been the same, and I do expect to move down to these obviously if we break this 2950 level. That's obviously a big condition. If we don't break it, then again, who knows how high it can go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment below telling me what you think of this. In the meantime, good luck on your trading, and see you next time.